Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to another recording session of Hearthstone. Let's begin. Let's see, we have some things to trade out here. Let's trade out this one. Oh, that's gonna be slow. Alright, win 7 games, win 5 games between the Shaman and Warlock. I wasn't having great luck with the Shaman last recording session, and then win 3 games. So we're pretty well set. Hearthstone deck tracker is updated, so that terrible bug was one of the things they fixed, where it would just say it when we were playing Tavern Brawls, it would pop up a box that you couldn't see, but it would annoy me every turn. Speaking of Tavern Brawls, we don't have any to do this recording session. It'll be back in 23 hours. It seems like Hearthstone on the PC updates every single time there's a Tavern Brawl taken off or put on. It seems a little silly that it has to do that, and I have a firewall installed that causes, let's hop into a game here. We need to play Warlock and Shaman. Let's try Warlock. We'll play as casual. So I have a firewall, and every time the program changes, the firewall says, well, this isn't the same program. Do you want to by default disable everything or enable anything? And since it does the correct thing and disables anything until I answer, for me, Hearthstone crashes the first time, and they want feedback as to why it crashed, and it's kind of weird that it crashes. They should be able to detect they just can't access the network and go, well, that shouldn't be a problem, but for some reason it is. At that moment, I'm noticing that the Hearthstone deck tracker is putting the color of the rarity of cards now. So instead of all being blue mana, the mana markers now are purple if it is a rarer card.
Why do you call? Job's done.
Void Crusher. Why do I have Void Crusher? I guess I haven't played this deck. Battle cry, discard a random card. Alright.
You're in trouble now.
As you command.
I'm actually in the middle of uploading videos right now, and that's one thing I'm not supposed to do when playing this game in particular, since it's an online game only.
You will regret this.
Do I want to discard a card, or just, yeah, let's just do the damage and discard a card.
As you command.
As the master wishes.
So, yeah, this is a little slower. It feels like. That could be all psychosemantic, and it could be that it's all the same speed, and I'm just feel like it's slower. But I think it actually is. Honestly, I don't even know if I closed my time clickers, which the main problem with time clickers above anything else is the fact that that it just causes your video card to go crazy.
As the master wishes.
It runs up the video processor and the CPU. It's really hard for a clicker game, which is a problem for a clicker game. I mean, it's because it's doing square voxels animation, and it's doing probably calculations that it doesn't really need to do.
That was an error.
Let's see. I want to do
As
this.
you command.
As
So
the
this,
master wishes.
and then this.
Pain.
Oh wait, I can just win right now. So I was gonna play Void Terror and absorb those two, but I can just do this and win. So why not win? He got 3 damage on me because of my own character. Otherwise he would have done no damage on me whatsoever. So we'll try Shaman. Casual. So what is going on? I finished recording Child of Light, which fortunately for Child of Light it didn't take a lot, but a couple hours more of grinding to beat the final boss. The fact that I had to grind to beat the final boss is a lot my own fault, but it's also the game just had an unfun system of how you battled. A very old school RPG system that was even a little strange, so not as true to the old school systems even. So I beat that, so I move on to the next game. So now I'm doing DMC Devil May Cry. I've watched that intro, and that very first intro just puts me in a state of terror for my YouTube channel, because it is literally like cussing, a guy at a strip club, 2 strippers in their underwear, 2 strippers go to his back to his trailer with him and obviously have a threesome with him, but it doesn't actually show any nudity in any of that. It just heavily implies and uses a lot of cussing.
One day, I'll be a real knight.
It's like what a teenager would do, and as I've gotten further in the game, some of the dialogue is like what a teenager would say. It's not mature cussing or mature sexuality. It's immature. It's just, while I know these things are involved in those mature things, but I don't know how they are involved or the subtlety that might be used in them. I think I have to do this. Okay.
We're using real swords.
And in the turn. But when the scenes seem pretty well split apart. It feels like there was 2 writers, and there's this whole second story here that's kind of cool. There is kind of this coolness to this story. I just said that, but I'm repeating myself because I do that sometimes. It's something I would want to. I want to actually stay with it. The gameplay itself is a little off, but not terrible. There's, like, the very first level has a boss fight that I beat so easily the first time on easy. But I'm playing easy, and this game really shouldn't allow people to play easy. But having said that, the second boss fight was really hard, even on easy, and I imagine what is going to happen is that the game is only going to get harder and harder. I hope I can actually get through it on easy, but there's a danger that I won't be able to. But then beyond the boss fights are nothing but just, let's see. Well, good thing I didn't play this, because that was what I was thinking of doing. This, end the turn. So I'm waiting to see if the story's gonna fall apart, which it very well might. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna kind of be happy with it. And I understand the gameplay of this game, it's just not my specialty. Devil May Cry, from my understanding, is like the pinnacle of you have to actually learn combos and push the buttons very fast and be pixel perfect in all your actions. All things that I really don't want to be good at. Oh man, I should have probably played this.
I feel icky.
There is a lot at stake here.
Come on, give me the other one. Finally, let's just play that.
Job's done.
That stops this one from killing him.
My apologies.
The series doesn't seem like it's gonna go as long as I thought it might. I got some very conflicting stuff about how long the game was. Some people were putting it at 10 hours, some people were putting it at 40 hours. That's a pretty wide split. This.
I can see my house from here.
And then this. And then end of turn. I don't think I'm gonna win this game. It's not looking like I am. Much like Warcraft and the Guardian of Light, this DMC is a game that looks like it's gonna, you would want to play it again, and some of the levels have gotten short. I was going for hour-long levels, and I'm doing one mission per recording, and doing one mission per recording is running at like 20 minutes for some levels. Yep.
I will hunt you down.
Just squelch him. Is he not gonna take the victory? If he doesn't take the victory, I'm just gonna concede. Or actually, it'd be kind of funny if he didn't take the victory, because I might have been able to win with that. That would have been really funny if he got all cocky and I turned the tables just by his lack of action. Which certainly can happen, and that's where you know if somebody's a professional player or not. They will do the right actions every single time. They won't win every single time, but they'll do the right actions. That's how you play it in chess. You don't try to change your play, or at least as far as I understand chess. I don't really understand it. It requires too much thinking ahead for me. Unsurprisingly, as a video game player, somebody who has developed a skill to react and act as fast as possible, a game designed around planning 25 moves ahead doesn't really interest me, and I'm not very good at it. Alright. So we summon this.
Job's done.
Alright. So if I summon this, I'll discard a card. This will get a +1/+1. Nope, that's not gonna work. So this definitely wasn't on my
You're in trouble now.
radar, but Deus Ex, a mod called Deus Ex Revision, is getting released today. Which, while I am not anywhere near ready to play Deus Ex 1, it does introduce a wrinkle into what I'm gonna play and how I'm gonna play it. I'm thinking I'll probably just play the revision
As
mod.
the master wishes.
That because Deus Ex 1 is so old and the graphics are gonna look bad even on the revision mod, which is designed to improve the graphics. You really can't do anything to that game to improve it. All you can do is take the script and the story and the voice audio. Hopefully the voice audio is not terrible, so you can use that. But every single graphical and game engine thing just has to be thrown out the window. You can't do anything with it.
Fine, I'll heal.
As the master wishes.
You would, well, if they were going to re-release Deus Ex, what they should do is get Unreal Engine 4, start from there, and just rebuild the game from scratch. And as they're rebuilding the game, they probably need to think about gameplay mechanics and how they can update that and completely change it. So it's a full-on reboot by the time you're done. In no way would anybody see it as a actual just remaster
As the master wishes.
when the game is that old. Let's see, well, I could have hit this and then hit this and killed it,
Fine,
but
I'll wand.
I didn't.
Job's done.
There we go. And that is kind of what DMC is too, is that it is a reboot alternate reality versus the Devil May Cry series. Because I'm sure Devil May Cry 1 is really old. I think it might have been like an NES game actually. I may be wrong about that, but I kind of do think it was an NES game. So it makes sense why I have these two guys, just so I can use my ability for no cost.
I'll wand.
Job's done.
So Death Steed is actually kind of a terrible card to have when fighting this guy. Because he can hit this and then it will be reborn. Well, let's see if he can. Let's see, how do we want to do this? This is how we want to do this. Summon this out.
Like this place.
Attack here. Attack
Fine,
here.
I'll wand.
So either he now has to kill this guy, or I'm going to use this ability and kill this guy, unless he can summon something else. Now if he doesn't know what that card is, he's going to have trouble. Of course, he only needs to get 2 past my base. And if he could just get the card he's looking for. Give a demon 3+3. And ahead and take that. We'll play this.
Fine, I'll wand.
Job done.
So he's gonna try and do, he can do 21 damage right now, but I don't think any combination here would allow him to kill all of my guys. I mean, he just killed his own guy for really no reason. Now he has one attack that can kill one guy, and that doesn't solve anything. I've just won.
You have been.
So he was missing a card there, or maybe some extra strategies that would have helped him. It definitely looked like he should have been able to win that with that much attack power. So after I do DMC, I don't know what I'm gonna do after that, but I think I chose, and I just don't remember what I chose.
The light shall bring victory.
For Doomhammer.
I do need to do something really fast, though, because unfortunately Child of Light was not as long as I thought it was going to be. So I haven't really bumped up the ending date for that time slot. DMC is in the 7 o'clock late night time slot, and it is really the first game that really deserves to be there. I should have probably put The Witcher 3 in there too, and maybe I had The Walking Dead in the 7 o'clock time slot. Maybe I did. I think I might have, but
One day, I'll be a real knight. One day, I'll be a real knight.
yeah, I'm trying to keep all the things that are mature and in my mind moving towards adults only ratings at the latest time slot. Hearthstone is at 6 o'clock, so that puts a nice little buffer. If people are going to be watching, if younger viewers are watching, they're going to be watching at the earlier time slots, and then they'll get to Hearthstone and probably get bored, and then they won't stick around for this. But of course this is YouTube too, so everything I'm saying is in the line of thinking like a TV station, not a YouTube channel where videos can be watched at any point in time.
We're using real swords.
So I want to keep inspiring if I can. That's probably what I'll just do next turn. No, darn it. Restore 7 health, that won't work or do anything. So we'll just play this. And
We're using
we'll take this
real
guy out.
swords. We're using real swords.
That feels a little bit like a waste. Minecraft Story Mode is out today, and surprise, surprise, every single famous Minecrafter has already had it. They had review copies, and they're releasing videos that they recorded probably a week ago now. So yeah, I mean, that's just the whole thing of the early access garbage, is that some people do get early access, and it's not really fair for somebody who's small like me, and who really doesn't want to go down the route of of dealing with a lot of publishers directly if I can avoid it, which I probably can't. I think particularly in Minecraft Story Mode, they've made a huge mistake in going episodically though. We are still
We
waiting.
must cleanse the sun
It's
well.
almost here for the final season of the final episode of Tales from the Borderlands and Game of Thrones, but those breaks are not good. And they're not even that long, but they're just not good. I probably will cover Minecraft Story Mode, but probably only after it's been already done. I wish buying the Telltale bundle entitles me to every Telltale game made in the future, but it sadly doesn't. And then as I looked at the sale, the bundle does not even add, the bundle now does not even include what would have Minecraft Story Mode. So it was only on sale for like 10% off, where the bundle was much more discounted. Let's see, if I do this and inspire, nothing really happens. I do want to inspire to gain 1 health. So let's do this. And then do this. There we go.
Face death.
And end the turn. I got this stuck again. Seems like this is a bug that's been introduced. Just a visual bug. Doesn't really matter. But I still have a lot of Telltale games to go through. I'm putting, I believe, either the 3 o'clock or the 4 o'clock slot is going to be mostly focused on Telltale games. So it will just be a long process of maybe over a year worth of Telltale games. And then after I cover all the old games and I cover Minecraft Story Mode, there probably will be a small glut before Telltale even makes another game. And unless they really step up production, I imagine it'll start to become, well, a situation where it's like there's nothing I could even cover from them, which is fine. I really have no reason why I feel a need to cover. I don't feel a need to always be covering Telltale games. It's just that they were very story focused, and the story focusedness of them helps make a decent series. Games that have really no story make it more difficult, and in a lot of ways Child of Light had no story really, because they were so stuck to their rhyming mechanic. And the most strangest detail in the whole game is that they set it in a very specific year of Austria, and I'm like, why did you feel the need to say this is right at this time in Austria? Unless Child of Light is actually based on a real story, like an Austrian fairy tale, which it might be, but if it was, they didn't cover it very well, or explain that very well. There's another game out that I probably eventually will cover that does a better job if that was the case, because this other game is based on stories of Eskimos, which I don't think they call themselves that, but I don't remember what they do call themselves.
Greetings.
So there's like cutscenes, and I think the whole game might have been funded by a preservation society or something, and if that's what Child of Light was, it certainly didn't explain that in the game or show anything. And honestly, Child of Light felt like it was a halfway done RPG that got pushed out because they knew they weren't gonna make it any better.
Get behind me.
Is someone injured?
He's got 13 cards left, 12 cards left. Wow, if I could just heal a bunch of his cards all at once, that'd be interesting.
There is a lot at stake here.
I have 2 of these, so even if they start doing a massive amount of damage to my face, I could probably survive for 2 or 3 turns. If I could just heal these guys, that's what I'd really like. I'd like this character to go over there and heal all these guys, and I would win. Like, that right there is going to draw 2 more cards. Reveal a minion in each deck. For a second there, I thought this was saying reveal all the minions in your hand if your hand costs more than theirs. There should be a card that says that. We haven't had any cards that have revealed hands that much. Let's see. Here we'll play. Nope. I just healed. Even if I was gonna heal something, I healed the wrong thing. Healed this. That puts me back to 30. And we'll play this.
Some fish.
And end the turn. He's getting so close, but he obviously seems to know what he's doing.
Handle it!
The light shall burn you.
Yep, it looks like I'm gonna lose this.
Hey, I can see my house from here.
Looks like I've lost. 5 cards. That means if I could heal them all. If he would just play his own card that healed all his characters. Stupidly. That'd be very funny. but it very easily could have him lose. If I was playing my priest against him, decent chance he would have lost there. Okay. One more warlock game would be 5, wouldn't it? And aren't we doing 4 games per recording? I believe we are. So I think that puts us where we want to be. We have 2 victories. We want to do 3 recordings here. So yeah, that should work pretty well. So that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.